I have a question about the pain and suffering. So you've got two situations here. You have one where you've got a long-term impairment, and say you have no. Now you've got another one. It really is a more simple case. They don't have. You end up not having any impairments, and yet you're still looking at that pain and suffering. If I'm getting you correct, based upon the fact that the person went through a period of time of which they were suffering
right.
with the pain. And
so you're saying there's no impairment,
right?
Right. Okay.
And so you have zero impairment,
right?
But there's no future suffering, but there was suffering at the time from the date of injury up to the MMI.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so, but the attorneys generally, you find they're not even considering that, or?
How many times do I have to say that these guys are in a state of unconscious incompetence? How many times do I have to say it? What did you just see last night? How much did you see that they don't know? That's called what for you?
Opportunity.
It's called opportunity. I keep saying over and over. How many times? I'm so glad you guys were there last night so you could see it. Because I can't tell you how many times on my webinar have I said, you won't believe how much they don't know. You will not believe how much they don't know. How many times have you heard me say that over and over and over? That's why I'm like, oh, I finally am going to have guys actually see it. How much they don't know. And I got it on tape. Finally. Wasn't it amazing how much they don't know? It was amazing. That's called opportunity. You guys give them way more credit. They know the legal part. They don't know all the clinical part. And by the way, remember when I asked them, the attorneys, I said, did you learn how to put together a personal injury case in law school? What'd they say? No, just like you. Did you learn how to put together a personal injury case in chiropractic college?
No.
Did you even come close to it?
No.
No, neither did they. They had to learn through people like me. Well, guess how many of them don't know, just like you and your fellow chiropractors? I'm telling you, I say it all the time. That is why it is so wide open, and it's such a great opportunity, because they have so many cases and they don't know what to do with them. It's unbelievable. You saw it firsthand last night. Pain and suffering. And by the way, if you had an injury, and let's say it wasn't a permanent impairment, right?
Yeah.
Should you not be compensated from the point of the injury until you were released from care for the pain and suffering category?
I never really thought about it. But
You shouldn't get any money. It's no fault of your own. You had an injury. Now you had pain and suffering, but you had to go through the care, but you did recover 100%. But you shouldn't be compensated at all for your pain and suffering.
I disagree, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, that's why you're paying insurance. That's why you're paying insurance. You're paying for that.